Hey guys, Ulrich here. So today with another guitar question. What is the best way to learn electric guitar? And I want to tailor my answer a little bit more specifically to your situation. So I want to find out what is the best way to learn electric guitar for you personally, because there is no such thing as one and only best way. What may work very well for one person may not necessarily work very well for you too. So a lot of the answer to that question will depend on your personal situation. Now, I don't mean to turn this whole topic into science, but what I encourage you to do is there's a link up here somewhere. I think it's on this side. I can't be sure. That link takes you over to my website where I wrote an expansive article on that topic with very concrete tips to some of the points that I will elaborate on in this video. But the article is much more comprehensive and it has specific links to specific resources that I can only highly recommend. So in this video, again, I'm only going to touch upon very shortly upon the main points, but I encourage you to read the article to get the additional context. So before you even get started with getting a guitar and playing a guitar, I would like you to think about a couple of things. The first thing is, what is your expectation? What is your understanding of being able to play guitar? Are we talking about are you looking to learn a couple of power chords and then just riff around on these power chords? Or are you interested in learning sophisticated things on your guitar? Depending on your understanding of what playing guitar actually means, well, that could be anything from something that can be accomplished very easily in a short amount of time to something that may take you a lifetime. The only reason why I mention that is there are a lot of online vendors who tell you, buy my program and you can learn guitar in no time, or I found a method to learn guitar in 3 days and all the guitar teachers on that. So when you read something like that, I just would ask you to use common sense. If it was that easy, the planet would be overpopulated with guitar players. So it's not that easy. So let's talk about how hard is it in actuality. Well, that depends on a number of factors, but here's my general guideline. Irrespectively of whether you talk about electric guitar or acoustic guitar, give yourself anywhere from 3 months as a minimum to 9 months as a maximum. And these are very general guidelines. There are outliers. So the median would be around 6 months. 6 months for you if you practice on a regular basis, if you practice according to my guideline, for example, 20 minutes a day, 5 to 6 days a week, take 1 or 2 days off in the beginning, but do it regularly. Then I think for the majority of people, after 6 months, you have a pretty good foundation that will allow you to then take it to the next level or go into a very specific direction or fine-tune a certain technique. But that is something that when it comes to managing your expectation, you need to understand that. So without you sitting down, putting into practice, without your commitment, even the best online guitar course in this world will not give you the results, because by just watching the course or watching the videos, you will not learn guitar. You have to sit down and actually practice. Types of guitars. What kind of guitar should I get? All that more in the article with specific recommendations to specific electric guitar models that are all very cheap yet highly recommendable for guitar beginners, which brings me to the next point. You do not have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on your first electric guitar. As a matter of fact, I would discourage you from doing that. I would buy a cheap electric guitar as long as you can ensure that it's truly an instrument and not a toy. You want to make sure you have a playable instrument. But again, in my article, I help you with that and point you to, I believe, 5 models that I personally know, played, or still own that I can highly recommend. But don't go out and don't think you need to spend $500, $800, $1,000 on a decent electric guitar. You can get a very good guitar that's conducive to guitar learning for something like $100, $150, sometimes even less than that. Now, we talked about how to learn guitar. So let's say you have a guitar, you're ready to go. So how can you go now about learning the instrument? Can you go on YouTube? You can pull yourself everything together and just go down the do-it-yourself road, and that's perfectly fine. The problem is for some guitar beginners that might be very difficult because you don't even know where to start. So you can buy books, DVDs, or you could work with a guitar teacher. And as always, I have nothing to sell you. Everything on my website is for free. My guitar course is for free, but I'm fairly unbiased, and therefore I can only recommend that if money is not an issue, if you're flexible in terms of time, logistics, and if you're okay working with an authority, meaning a teacher who tells you, oh, you did that wrong, do it that way, and I'm going to meet you next week and you need to get your homework done. If you're cool with all that, awesome. Work with a guitar teacher. No doubt in my mind, it's the most effective method to learn guitar. Unfortunately, not everybody can afford it, and unfortunately it's not an option for all of us because of time management and other things. So that leaves me with learning guitar online. Obviously a very viable option. With a good, reputable course, you will get the best of both worlds. You work with good teachers, yet the teacher provide you with the content. You don't have to figure out where to start and what's next and what makes more sense, learning this or learning that. All of that is being done for you. You can do it at your own pace, your own computer. You're geographically independent. You're from a time management perspective, you're completely independent, and it's cheap. Can be cheap. Unless you fall for a scam, obviously. And I don't want to go into too much detail there. Use your common sense. If an offer is too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Again, in my article, 2 specific recommendations. One, absolutely free of charge, my beginner's guitar course. The other one, Jam Play, which I can highly recommend, and I have exclusive coupons for you. Also in my article, specific recommendations around, accessories, around guitar practice, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. Additional resources, ideally free resources, so you don't have to pay a lot of money. So again, the best way to learn guitar, electric guitar for you, depends really on you. How do you learn new things best? With pressure, without pressure, with an authority, without an authority? Do you like to figure things out yourself? Based on the answer to those questions, my life circumstances don't allow me to work with a guitar teacher. So the online option is really something I'm very interested in. Or vice versa. You say, well, I don't care too much about money. I'm flexible as far as time is concerned, and I like working with a teacher. I like the pressure. I like the scrutiny. Then, working with a guitar teacher probably makes the most sense. So again, one more time, please read the article. Everything is explained in more detail with specific, concrete recommendations to get you started, to make your guitar learning a success. If you have questions, leave them below the video. More than happy to chat with you or send me a personal email. I hope this video was helpful. Please leave a like. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.